Hi, everybody. I'm still doing a little bit of check here because we know when we're using technology, sometimes we have to make sure everything is on the go. So I'm just wanting to make sure everything is good. I believe it is. So my name is Trinity Angel. I am from Canada and I've been in the business world for over a decade, about 12 years now. The first venture that I started was with, let's say, a childhood friend, which was my best friend at the time. And we knew each other from kindergarten. So we were very young when we met, and I was really hoping that it would be a successful venture. Unfortunately, I went on a trip, and during that trip, she backstabbed me. I came back to an account that was overdrawn, and pretty much she did something that she was not supposed to be doing. I was very disappointed because we used to tell people that we're not friends. We used to tell people we were cousins. We used to tell people we were family. So I felt like my trust in her had just been shattered, and even my trust in people. So from that day, I've been a one person show, like in the sense that I would never partner with anybody until I got married and I parted with my husband. But before that, I would just never allow myself to be in that position because I was just shocked. And what I wanted to talk about today is the fact that things don't just happen overnight. Success don't just happen overnight. So that was my first big hurdle. Is had I came back from a trip. You know, usually when you travel, you spend a lot of money. So you come back and you expect to have money in the account, and the money is gone. All the money is gone and the account is literally overdrawn. So I had to start from scratch again. So then I started something on my own without her. And that required me to go get a job, get a pay stub, take that money, reinvest it there. So it was a process. That business did not go the way I expected it to go. So I had to start another one, and another one, and another one. I started at least 25 various ventures within about 14 months. So I would say 1 year, 1 year, 3 months, something like that. I just tried one thing. It was really a trial error. There was not a roadmap. I was in business school. I was learning about business communication, presentation, sales presentations. I was learning all these things, but it was my first year at that time. So, there are things they teach you in school and there are things they don't teach you. And, they don't teach you everything. There are things you're just going to learn with life. So, over a year in this situation with all kinds of people trying to tell me I should stop this whole going on my own and business thing and just find a job, I started cutting out people and just focusing on that goal I had. I had a lot of dreams. I had 25 dreams I wanted to achieve in my life, and I was determined to get them under my belt, and I just wanted them to take place because either way I would be unhappy if I didn't fulfill those dreams. So I wouldn't be living for people that tell me, oh, I'm not going to make it just because somebody tells you that it's not possible. Doesn't mean it's not possible because it's true, it's not possible for them, but it's still possible for you. So I wasn't even sure which venture I wanted to do anymore because I tried so many. I bought a book that was giving a different ideas, like 100 ideas that you could start for like less than $100, and you can get started. So that's to say that imagine that you have a job, all your bills are calculated to the penny. You have about $150 margin whenever you have one. So and for example, you don't have a credit line, or you have a student loan, or you have credit cards that are maxed out, or you just don't have a good credit, or you don't have credit. Let's say you probably have about $150 window. Does that mean you can start a business? No, that's not true. You can still start a business. So I was looking at 100 ideas that you can start for $100 or less. I went one idea after the next, one idea after the next, because I did not want to go back to working. So I worked for a certain amount of time, and then I put $1,000 on the table, and I said I can try a maximum of 10 ideas with this because it's $100. And then finally, on my ninth idea, it led me to the financial and investment world. I was in Canada. It's not a big financial center. We have the city of Toronto. That's big, but I didn't think it was big enough because I'm a very ambitious person. I had dreams and goals that were bigger than what a lot of other people have, and I felt like it was in the right place to express that part of myself. So I said, you know what? I am going to go to New York. It's about 7 hours away from where I am. I can drive there, and then once I'm there, we'll see how things go. So I arrived in New York, and within the just before I got there, I had started working with making connections using social media. I was using mostly LinkedIn. LinkedIn was my big thing, and I made some good connection. And then I was able to close a deal before I arrived there, and that deal is what took the business to the next level. And now we were literally on the year two of the business. So it took me 2 years to have really the business take off. That sale was 5 digits, and it allowed me to relocate to New York, to cover the expenses of the office, of the car, and everything I needed until I would get to my next sale. From there, within 3 months, I started just stacking up, one after one, one after one, one after one. I was working non-stop. And then I finally specialized in finance and investments and asset protection, pretty much helping wealthy individual banks, insurance companies, Fortune 500, working with people that invest their money, whether in the stock market, in banks, different types of banking products, and that work on working with international markets as well. So it was a very interesting and fulfilling career. It was stressful, it was nerve wracking. And then once I reached a level where I felt comfortable, because I never thought I would end up in the financial world, it really was from that book. So then after I reached a level where I felt I was financially free, I got all the dreams that I wanted to achieve. I ended up achieving 23 dreams out of 25 before I was 23 years old. So then I said, now I want to do something that I really, really am super passionate about, and that was something creative. So I love marketing, I love branding, I love public relations, I love the creative market. So I got into that business. Working in that business, I was fortunate enough, really fortunate to meet an athlete who has worked with the NFL. He won the Super Bowl. I actually have a video of that. And basically, it was a marketing campaign because he had retired from the NFL and now he had a business. And then there was an event in Canada, and then he was coming there because I was in Canada at that particular time. I was working on the event and all that stuff and bringing as much people as possible. And then I started learning from him, from other athletes, from other celebrities that I started networking with through this particular introduction. Then that opened doors to more things. I started working with people in the television industry. While I was still working with the financial business, I started working with a lot of people that were wealthy, and working with the wealthy people, the celebrities and the athletes gave me a wealth of knowledge because these people have achieved what we call peak performance, and they have achieved a level like a lot of people wish to achieve. So I told myself, if I can get to this level, and if I can know exactly what they did, then I will always have something ahead of others. Because when I started my business, like I said, I thought I had a friend, but I didn't. So I ended up on my own. So then, I wanted to know and learn from people that, succeeded in things that are hard, but that are big dreams that other people have. They gave me so much insights, secrets, tips. I mean, I documented, I created a library for the past 10 years of all the different things. And because I was in the investment world, I touched all the industries from cosmetics to the book industries. I worked with best-selling authors. They gave me the tips on how to be bestsellers. Actually, you know that to become a bestseller, it's a whole plan. You literally have to work for like a whole year to get. When you see someone on the bestseller list, there's a 1 year process behind that, and they explain me the whole procedure. There's a whole procedure for that, which involves public relations, online marketing as well. So I work with people in the cooking industry, the restoration, the fashion industry. I work with people in the construction, real estate. I mean, I remain always within what I consider ethical markets, but I've touched every industry because finance and investment touches everything from education to healthcare. So I have developed a portfolio of knowledge, connections, whether that is, celebrities, whether that is high wealthy individuals or companies or banks or pension funds, sovereign funds, insurance companies, or whether that is working with the media and the press globally because I've been working internationally. I started in New York, then after that I ended up in Paris, then I was in Amsterdam, I was in Cyprus, I started working in Asia, in Hong Kong. So I pretty much started working in all five continents. Now, actually, our company has become multinational. We do have an office in Hong Kong. We also have an office in Canada, and then we're opening our first office in the United States. But we have staff in all five continents. But that took many years. It was not an overnight thing. And all these wealthy individuals that I met, Fortune 500 athletes, celebrities, actors, authors that are bestsellers, they told me the same thing. It was not an overnight. I met an author that sold over 500 million copies of books, and he used to not have a dime to his name when he started this project. So this is to say that things don't happen overnight. They don't happen overnight. So you have to be patient. You have to be determined and focused. But if you're determined and focused, even if things don't happen overnight, they will happen. And that's something that you learn through your journey in the business world. So when I was working with those celebrities, when I was working with those people in the financial world, some of them they made $1 million per day, and I was the financial advisor. I was managing the investment. I said, "How did you manage to come to a point where you're making $1 million per day?" And they would explain to me, "Well, when I started, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did." And some of them, it was a story of 10 years. I met this guy. He was making $5 million per day, and if he made 4 million, he was not happy. But he said that when he was born, his parents could not even pay rent. To tell you that he wasn't born rich, he said, "You know what? Even if you're born poor, that's not a problem. You have to decide what you want for your life, and you have to make the sacrifices that are necessary. But it's not an overnight thing." So the wealthy people, business owners, the celebrities, the athletes, all the people that I work with, they've all said the same thing. It doesn't happen overnight. And I'm telling you today, you don't need $1 million, $10,000 to start a business. You can start a business with $100. It is possible. That's what I did. So essentially, after all these years of working with all these people and accumulated all this knowledge, I realized that so many business owners have talent, they're smart, they're wonderful. They just need somebody to open a door for them. They just need somebody to give them tips. Nobody was there to give me tips when I started. Nobody was there to even give me any money or finance me. I had to do everything on my own. And when I partnered with somebody, like I told you before at the beginning, my best friend, she stole money from me. So I had to start with nothing. But from nothing, I built something. You just need to have it in your heart that you are determined. And if you have it, possibilities are endless. The only thing that's going to be impossible for you is the impossible. Nothing is impossible to somebody who wants to do something of their life. And it's okay to be broke. It's okay to be, bad situation. It's okay to not be able to succeed because you don't know how to market, you don't know where to find your clients, you don't know how to convince people, you don't know what to do. It's okay to struggle, but it's not okay to struggle forever. You have solutions that are available, and it's not going to cost you thousands of dollars. You don't need to break the bank for this. So when I saw this, I started doing this coaching and business consulting to help women that were either wanted to start a business or were in a business and they wanted to grow it, but they wanted to become prosperous. They wanted to have a stable income, either to leave their job or to just be sure that this business would give them what they always want, some financial freedom. And because I had the experience of Wall Street in the financial world, as well as the marketing and the public relation, working with all these celebrities, I blended all that and created like a program that gives people what they need. Because public relations in New York, a company that gives you PR can charge you $10,000 a month for that, or $100,000 a year for that. But when you're starting a business, you don't have $100,000 to pay for these services. So what I decided to do is I created this program, and we give all these services that would have cost so much money, and it's a 1 year program. It only costs $100. I created this week specifically to announce it on this live, and then I want to meet with all of you girls who want to start a business or already have a business, and you need to take this business to the next level and become prosperous. That means maybe you want to make $3,000 a month, 4,000, maybe 5,000, maybe 10,000, maybe more. But you need exposure. You need to be on the press. You need to meet contacts that are high level. You need things that sometimes are very expensive. So the goal is that I'm sharing my network, sharing what I have. I'm a pastor besides being a businesswoman, so I'm Christian. So that's a little bit of humanitarian work that I'm blending with my passion because I want to see women emerge. I want to help people the way I wish somebody helped me. I wish somebody came and gave me those tools. So I created this program for $100. It's a full year, and then we take your idea, your business, we make it prosperous. It doesn't matter if you started the business already, if you just have an idea you want, but that's the goal. And we're building an international sisterhood, and the whole plan is like 1 year from now, we're all going to be prosperous. We're not going to be struggling. We're not going to be having issues to pay our bills. 1 year from now, we're going to be prosperous. One year, because I'm not going to promise you overnight success. I don't believe in overnight success. It took me 2 years to become a success. I'm telling you, we're going to work in 1 year because in 1 year, it's possible to do it step by step. It's just $100. It's available for a limited period of time. I'm starting the program next week. I created this program really from this group because I read so many posts and so many things and people that are scamming, coach that are charging $3,000. Like I remember when I started my business, I didn't have $3,000 to pay somebody. I had $1,000 that I had saved, and that was my budget. So I want to help you with the budget you have. For $100, we have 1 year to take your idea, your project, your business, and make it prosperous. And under the meetings, I will show you like bank balance, transfers. I will show you evidence that actually I made money. And you'll see from yourself. I will show you the videos with me with the celebrities when we were working. I will show you me talking with people that are famous, like best-selling authors. I'll show you all that so you don't think I'm just talking. But with $100 in 1 year, your business is going to be prosperous. Whether you have a business already or you're planning on having one, you work with me, it will be prosperous because everything I learned in 11 years with the sweat and tears and how I suffered, how people backstabbed me, how I lost my money, I don't want you to deal with that. And building contacts in New York, it was Shark Tank. I was just blessed that God put me at the right place at the right time. But that took a long time. And even now, with the business where it is, I have 3 different companies and I have a lot of staff and payroll. And it's sometimes so hard to manage all that. Even now, I have things I have to deal with firing people that you don't know how to tell them. Even when your business is big, you still have issues. But I have coaches as well. Me too, I have coaches, and they're expensive. But you have levels you have to climb in your life and ladders to get where you have to be. So you just wait after my live. I will post a link where you can register for this program, the 1 year program for $100, which we're going to take your business and get it prosperous. That includes everything: website, promotion, social media, public relations, finance, investment, everything that I know. You're going to know about it specifically for your business. And we're going to get you the contacts you need if you need contacts. We're going to get that for you. If you want to write a book and you want to be a bestseller, we're going to work with my partner who's a best-selling author, and you're going to get that book out there. Don't let anybody tell you that your dream is not possible. If you dream about something and you dare to dream, you dare to believe, you dare to achieve. The only thing that's not possible is the impossible. So I'm looking forward to having you in my program. It's starting next week. I'm sending the information right after this live. God bless.